Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day fiancé.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality gaze.
Let's love.
We're
I wasn't ready to
back. What?
I wasn't ready to start, but that's fine.
You know what? I can't wait for you to settle yourself, to get your petticoat straight, and to sit sideways on your dildo so you can start this show.
I'm smoothing.
Just ram it in and say go.
Smoothing my feathers. Smooth. My video's behind, but that's okay.
It's fine.
I'll roll with it.
Y'all, welcome to Reality Gaze. Welcome to Reality Gaze.
Part 2. Season 8, episode 10.
The devil's
Sign of the devil.
Sign to the when the demons got her. The demons got her.
The demons got her. Don't go
that's
to
a
Dubuque.
Lalu reference. If you don't know, that's a Lalu reference because that show is real fucking good right now.
I will say,
Tiana's coming back this week, and her and John are going to be cuckoo.
I need to suck your cock.
I can't wait to get out of prison and suck your cock, John. Y'all, that's literally what she said.
If you don't,
and he's like,
if you need to feel better about yourself and your choices as an adult, Lalu's for you. Love After Lockup or Life After Lockup.
Lalu's for you.
And if you just want adulterated trash, but weirdly, there's some redeeming stuff. Like especially Brittany and Marcelino's journey this season.
That's a great journey.
And as an analog,
beautiful.
Think about Marrying Millions, which is a complete trash heap, which is unrepentantly bad.
I can't wait to show that to my dad because we did watch Lalu together, and he just kind of was silent. And then
you need to show him Rodney with the parents.
Yeah, I did with the purr, but I showed him John, and John had the girlfriend, and Christiana, and my dad, and I told my dad, yeah, also he's committed like 100 things of fraud, and then he saw Destiny and Sean, and he was like, fuck, these men are busy, stupid, and busy.
Yeah.
I don't know what that meant.
I don't know what that means. Do we have any announcements before we jump into this?
I think we mentioned on the last podcast, we'll go over them quickly, but we want to remind everybody, if you are in the Sissy Squad, we're giving we're doing the fundraising this month for Black Girls Code. It's an organization to inspire and teach young Black girls about tech and coding, computer coding. It's something we do in the Facebook group. We just started this month.
We'll choose a different
and
charity.
We're going to do once a month. Each month, we're going to have a different charity. So this month, we're doing Black Girls Code. You have to donate directly through the Facebook group. So we're not taking the money ourselves. So if you want to do that, join the Facebook group.
Pull over.
And you can donate to that.
Sorry.
Y'all don't pull over. Something's happening.
It was really quiet for like an hour.
They just snuck up. So we talked about that. We also want to remind people that we still have Summer House that's coming out this week.
This week, though, we're doing at the very beginning of Summer House, we're going to do like a little bit of the Southern Charm Secrets episode.
Southern Charm Secrets. Spoiler alert, y'all. We hear that Madison and Austin are back together. Also, we are also going to be there was another thing, Married Millions, and then we have Lalu
crossover, Obsessed with Disappeared is going to be on our show next week.
Yeah, did they email
and that? Ellen? No, we just need to. It's probably going to be next week.
It's probably going to be.
We had to cancel today because it was going to be today, but there was some illness. But don't worry, everyone's fine.
Y'all, shout out to our friends. My mom is going through it right now. She called me. I said, "How are you doing, Mom?" And she said, "It's 58 degrees in my house because we have rolling blackouts in Texas." So
rolling Texas. Did Texas ever think they would have rolling blackouts?
The entire state. Her boyfriend Rodney, who gets most of his news from Breitbart, said it's because Texas uses wind power and all the wind turbines are frozen. I don't know if that's true. Come at me. I don't know, but I know he doesn't like solar or wind energy because that's a liberal energy, as he says. So I'm I don't think energy is political.
I didn't know energy was liberal or conservative.
Well, apparently there's a Democratic vodka now too. So y'all don't politicize things that aren't political. Energy's energy. But I don't know if that's the reason. But I think it's just because people are using the grid. But
yeah, everyone's popped their heat up so much.
If that's true, don't yell at me and say, he's right. And I just say, oh, by the way, he is right. Send me an article because I just don't, as my sister-in-law says, who is a Republican, she says, Rodney makes up his own facts. It's true. It's true. But anyway, y'all, so we are sending our hearts out to our Texas sissies and some in Oklahoma, actually, and I think in some other states as well. Did you hear there was a snow NATO?
No. I didn't know there was such a thing.
It was so cold with the weather. There was a tornado of snow in Texas.
Wow.
So, it's bonkers out there. Please be safe.
Climate change is a fanciful fraud.
I know, that's what my boyfriend said. My mother-in-law,
his climate change, because global warming, what a hoax, God. Right? God.
It's true. So y'all, but regardless, our hearts go out to you. And if you are listening right now in those areas and you're using that bit of power to listen to this show, we hope that we can help you turn your brain off for an hour and just have some fun making fun of these ridiculous people.
If you're using the little bit of power, God damn it, don't pull over.
Don't pull over again.
If you're using a little bit of power you have to listen to us, turn us off.
You're deep in it now.
You need
you're
feed your family.
Feed your family.
Unless you need us for some type of sanity, as some of you have said, which makes no sense to me because I think we're both pretty insane. But
that's true. That's very true.
Phlegm. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to clear it.
Did you take a Mucinex?
Yes, I took one today.
Can we get our show sponsored by Mucinex,
right?
Please?
That Mucinex,
please.
We'll have as a guest star that Mucinex germ.
hey, I'm here to snide you up.
That was too much like porn granny for me, so don't do that.
No, granny's more like this.
This is a little lower.
Oh, I can't use that. Okay, shall we jump in?
I'm begging for it.
It's too easy. It's too easy.
Jovi and Yara,
I'm drinking a Blue Moon Light Sky, and it is good.
I'm sticking with vodka.
95 calories. Y'all, Jovi and Yara. Jovi
and Yara. We're going to the bayou, Shaw. We're going to the bayou.
Y'all, February 14th.
Buddy gumbo. Get your Zydeco going. We're going down to the bayou.
Saturday night, the moon and down. Head on over.
We're going to have some boudin. We're going to have some andouille sausage. You're going to listen to Bon Talk Roulette. Oh, we're going to have a fado-do.
Okay.
Saying all the Cajun phrases that I know.
Yeah. So February 14th, 2021, 90 Day Fiancé. This is the episode where I might regret this, but I'm going to say this now. I'm a Yara stan.
Oh, me too.
Until I die. I've always liked her.
She's been my favorite since day one.
Yeah, I've liked her, but after this episode, I'm forever a fan.
I'm a huge fan. She's my favorite person on
forever.
The show. Mostly because she says to Joey, she's like, "You're so stupid."
Stupid, Jovi.
But she says it in such a way that has so much venom in it. And if Jovi was kind of a nice person and a good person, I would probably feel sorry for him. But that's the way,
because she would say this to somebody, anyone.
It's kind of like that's the way they talk to each other, and it's weird because it's interesting because she'll say things like, "This is ugly," blah blah blah, and that's the way. Then he takes it farther And the way he talks to her, there's a talking kind of down quality that really bothers me. But for some reason, I'm not bothered by the way she talks to him. And I think maybe I should be.
I think I am bothered how she speaks to him. There's a difference of being blunt and then sometimes being mean and antagonistic. And she does do that to him. But
he's just shitty to her. He's
just way shittier. Yeah.
And Yara's a fucking queen. She's not having any of this garbage. She's holding it together. She's got her little blazer on her thing. She's walking through there like a goddamn Pan Am stewardess.
She's great.
They called them stewardesses back then, unfortunately. Now it's flight attendants.
Unfortunately. So Jovi and Yara, they are on the way. They are in a van headed towards their engagement party.
And he doesn't drive because he needs to drink.
Exactly. Exactly. Jovi hasn't told his parents that they're pregnant. He's not going to right now. He wants to wait a few more weeks until things calm down.
Yeah. And we're going to meet, y'all. The first person we do meet is Monty. Pa Jovi. We're going to meet Pa Jovi. Papa Jovi. He's just the same job as Jovi he had on the oil rig.
None of these people speak like this. Like none
they
of
might
these
as well,
I don't know where you're getting this.
You're not hearing it correctly.
Sure. As well as a million other people that watch the show. But Mom says they're on the way, and Mom says, I haven't been honest with her. It's not a small party. It's going to be like 50 or 60 people. We'll see. Oh, I'm a good mom.
She's shitty. She's shitty.
She's gross.
Dad is shitty.
I don't like her.
Daddy Jovi is shitty.
You know what? I kind of thought Dad was kind of cute.
No, you're wrong.
I was like,
you're wrong.
Well, no, listen. Would you let me finish? I kind of think Dad is kind of cute until he opened his mouth.
Your standards are just skewed. I don't know what to do anymore.
Well, he's got a nice body. It'd be more like if you put like an eyes wide shut face on.
I question. This is the same person who wanted to fuck Daddy Plath. So I just don't think. I think everything is wrong with your.
I still think he would be kind of. I still think Daddy Plath would be like have a ball gag. I think he'd have a ball gag in my mouth and just be fucking freaky. He does have a big penis. Tell me he doesn't.
Yeah, but you have to look at that weird like freaky weird scientist face staring at you.
Oh yeah, there's a part of myself that needs to be punished, and that's why I would fuck him.
I want to work with you on. I want to work with you on raising your standards.
No, I just think it's like the shadow self. It's like this part of me that's just like wants to be
destroy me.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't really want that when I think about it, but there's just that part that's in there.
You need to fucking process that.
Well, I have.
Keep
on.
That's
why I feel
it's
okay
not
with
done
it.
Yet.
No, it's not good to deny these things. It's fine to say, hey, this is a part of myself. I don't really want to do it when I think about it, but it's a part of me.
It's okay to say. It's just that I need to call it out for the blasphemy it is when you say it.
Ooh.
So basically, you guys, Yara's talking about New Orleans and how she hates. She's like, I hate New Orleans. Being without Jovi is boring. And Papa Jovi is like, well, Yara, I done seen some pictures of you. You done just traipsing all over New Orleans in your bikini bathing suit. I've been seeing the pictures on the Instagram.
Well, it sounded, she said, I don't feel comfortable walking around parts of New Orleans. And when the dad said, yeah, I agree with that, I went, oh, good. Dad's like supportive of her. And then he started saying his reasons.
And then he just kind of like slut shames her for about a minute.
I went, oh, yeah, let's just completely slut shame Yara.
I don't know if does he think
she looks impeccable every time we've seen her.
Exactly. Does he think she walks around wearing in a bikini like on Bourbon Street
that they wear and fucking like y'all?
Well,
he's an
the thing
idiot.
is, Yara, if you're gonna dress like that, you deserve everything you get.
Boy,
that's
the
what
misogyny
it sounds like.
Doesn't fall far from this tree.
He's an asshole. Blah blah blah.
And that's what I love about Yara is that she's like, she's like, I just wear sexy clothes on the island. She was like, I have good
She goes,
taste.
I dress how I like. I enjoyed that.
No, I like her so much. I think I'm going to follow her. And we don't follow a lot of these people on Instagram.
I think I already personally follow her on Instagram. I think she's the only one.
God. Wow, you're such a follower.
She's the only one I follow. I'm terrible about following people.
Wow, I'm glad you bowed down to her.
Not really. Do you know me? You can't even say that with a straight face.
I'm just goading you. Well, it gets better though, because Jovi's mom's like, did you ever think you would be in America? And Jovi just jumps right in. Yeah, that was her dream to live in America.
Never my dream. This was never my dream.
Nope, not my dream.
Yep.
And Jovi's like, yeah, everybody wants to come here.
Everyone in the Ukraine wants to come to America. And she's like, why are you saying everyone?
No, my favorite part is when she said, oh, Jovi.
Yeah. She says, and then the mom's like, I hear, child, that everybody in the Ukrainian women just want to get to America because they're trying to catch a man. And she's like, no, those are stereotypes. That's like when everyone says all Americans are stupid. Silence.
And I screamed.
I did too.
My dad was like, Matt, what's happening? I said, nothing, Dad. And he's just rolling his eyes.
Just more gay stuff.
Just more gay stuff, Daddy. It's fine. It was one of the quickest and most subtle and effective takedowns we've seen on 90 Day Fiancé.
Queen. I fucking loved it.
She's a fucking queen. I love her. Anyway, but she basically says like, yeah, it's not true. And she says, I want to travel around. I want to travel around the world. I want to travel around, and I want to go live somewhere else. And I realized TLC, just give Yara a show where she travels around the country and reads Americans
and judges people's style
for being basic of Americans. I would watch that show in a fucking second.
I would love to co-host it with her. We just go in and say, she's like, because she's got tons of gay friends.
Oh, for sure. But I think it kind of needs to be a Ukrainian gay.
It does. You're right. Could it be just me playing a Ukrainian gay? Just talking like
okay, that I'm okay with.
Wearing like a big Moscow fur hat.
Yeah. Wow.
And walking into.
Why? Okay, just stop. So she basically says that she would like to live like in Budapest.
It's
interesting.
Because that's near her mom.
Would live. Yeah, she said she would like to live near her mom. And I like how mom and dad are completely dismissive of her life and her opinions, because they would think, why would she want to live somewhere else besides America?
It's even worse than that when you think about this is what kind of hit me like a ton of bricks is Jovi's job is traveling, so they could live anywhere. It wouldn't matter. So they could live anywhere, and then the parents hardly see him anyway. So they see him. So it wouldn't change anything if they moved to Budapest. He would just go there, take the baby, and see them. It'd be like things are now. Yeah. The thing is, they don't want to relinquish control over him because Mama Jovi's got some kind of sick obsession with her fucking son, and she's going to fight whoever woman wants to take her. And that's the thing. None of their arguments held water. And I was like, Yara moved all the way without her family, and you have a problem with them wanting to live somewhere else. It made no sense to me. They're not even going to see Jovi like once every month or so.
Yeah, exactly. I would love for them to move to Budapest, and then they do like a play on the other way, and then we just see Jovi living in a European country and Yara just reading him.
He wouldn't be able to do it. Yeah.
Oh, I would like it.
So
anyway,
basically, they're talking. Mama and Papa Jovi's like, she gonna take him away. They gonna take him away.
This is concerning for me.
I don't want him living in ... Europe.
Europe.
God forbid we live in Europe.
God
what a
forbid.
dirty, godless place it is.
But again, they don't know that there's a baby yet, but this is a little too soon.
Yeah.
For this, y'all. It's a little too soon. That's what Jovi says.
So, and next, we go into a crawfish bowl. We're going to a crawfish bowl. We're going to get a little lanyap of a crawfish lanyap.
So, y'all, they're driving in the car, and it's Jovi's parents, and Jovi's in the back, and he's talking. This is before they get to the crawfish barrel.
Did we lock
boil.
up everything? Did we lock up all the belongings? I know.
That was so gross.
Put
that
down
was
my
so
pen.
gross.
I was like,
y'all, they were. If you didn't watch, they were insinuating that Yara would fucking steal shit from their house while.
And then
gone.
they said, "Wait, are my car keys there?" And it felt like they were trapping her at the house, and it felt really gross. And there are parts of the 90 Day Fiancé, you guys, where there is like a part in when sometimes a cast member says something that's so dehumanizing to another cast member that my stomach kind of falls. That's what it felt like. Rare. It happens like once or twice an episode, like with Brandon's parents. Things like that, or
that's a continuous stomach drop.
Or when Stephanie talks about to Ryan, your mother was not grateful to me for the money I gave her, so I wanted it back.
Save it.
Anyway,
it was gross.
It
was gross.
So turns out Cajun douche meeting that they're having, and I will say that crawfish looked good that they were putting in there. Makes me.
It did look good.
I miss crawfish boils.
I just want to say that they're saying this about Yara when she's at home sleeping because she's with child and exhausted.
And that's true.
Y'all,
they
when
don't know that.
They
don't know
pregnant,
that though. Jovi does.
I know, but I hope they feel like shit when they watch this.
Yeah.
Y'all, because women, when they first get pregnant, are fucking exhausted. Why am I saying? There's like, most of our listeners are women. There's like four straight guys that are like, what? They get tired? Y'all, they do. They're growing life.
We know that. But
on their
the
body.
only person you can hold responsible for that is Jovi. You don't. The parents don't.
I know,
that.
But I hope when the parents see this, they feel shitty.
Okay, but that's retroactive blame for something.
I know, but I want them to feel shitty because they're horrible.
Oh, but they didn't. I'm saying there's a lot more to blame them for than
I know,
feeling
but
bad.
Can I want them to feel shitty?
I don't know if that's the most productive thing to feel.
Let's move on to this gay porn meeting, y'all. There's guys. Nobody's wearing a backwards hat.
Everyone's wearing sunglasses, which pissed me off. They're all
sometimes around their neck.
They're all taking bets on how long the marriage of Jovi and Yara is going to last, which is gross. And
who does that? Like,
and they're like, you were out every night clubbing, weren't you, Jovi? They're having the Jovi ways. One did say married like a Cajun. When you get married. Listen, I fucked a lot of Cajun boys, so
you did. You did fuck a lot of.
I'm exaggerating what's there.
What were they like in bed?
Good, unless they were drunk, which that was like 3/4 the time.
What was good about it?
They're pretty passionate. The one thing I will say about Cajun men, there's a sense of humor and a joy of living life that you will, Cajun people in general, that you will rarely find outside in this country. It's like I'm just like savoring life.
I feel like, and maybe there was just, but I had that feeling. I know it's different, but when I visited New Orleans, I had that feeling in the city of just the savoring life. Yeah,
there's a huge Cajun culture, but that's also Creole and Italian culture. It's every nihilistic culture enjoys that. Yeah, it's the opposite of like kind of repressed German thought or British thought of how life works. But anyway, so
I bet you really fucked your way across Europe.
Yeah,
Good for you.
Bitch, I'm not done.
She's going back.
The Poodle comeback tours happen in 2022.
I'm going back where I can be me.
I love it that I taught you that song, and you don't know anything else about it except for
to the European Union.
fucking company. Yes. That's from Bells Are Ringing. Judy Holiday.
Yep, it's true. Judy. So okay, so they're all taking these bets, and finally one says it's even like one of his friends says, "So how long does she have to be here before after you? How long do you have to be married before she can get divorced and stay here?" And Jovi says 3 years, and then friend says, "Okay,
3 years and
then
a
it's going to be
day.
3 years and one month."
So they're talking about, she's like, she continues to hate America, and the boys are like, why would anybody hate America? It's the best place.
Why? And they ask the dad, do you like Yara? And dad is just silent.
Ugh.
And they even say, well, that says a lot. And he's like, well, I'm just bothered she wants to live in another country besides the United States.
That's not why he's bothered. He's bothered because Jovi did not find a girl from a nice Cajun girl or a girl from Louisiana to marry. That's problem one.
He would be the same. I think he would be the same way if Jovi met a girl who's from New York City.
Yeah, but he would understand that a little more. He would not. This is the problem with
mom wouldn't like it at all.
This is the problem with insular cultures, you guys. It's really hard to accept anyone from the outside.
Yeah, do a lot of Cajun people travel culturally?
No.
Do we know?
No, they stay there. Everyone stays there.
Y'all, as we said before, travel, get out of your bubble. It changes your perspective.
Why do the wrong people travel when the right people stay at home? It's a Cole Porter.
What musical is that from?
Or is it Cole Porter or Noel Coward? It's one of the I don't know, maybe 50 Million Frenchmen. All those Cole Porter shows. I just said Cole Porter.
We've got to get you laid. We've got to. I know. I need to
get, because if I'm
CDC, get out those vaccines.
If I'm spouting off about obscure Cole Porter musicals, I need to get fucked bad.
You need to get fucked badly.
I just said 50 Million Frenchmen.
No one knows what that means,
it's
y'all.
A forgettable musical that no one cares about.
I did see California is being better about their vaccinations. They're bumping up their percentages.
Yeah, we are. It's still there's still not enough vaccine for this because the states are trying to vaccinate people. You know, there's still need. So, you know,
Oklahoma's really doing a lot.
Well,
but it has smaller population.
Yeah, and
so yeah, it's easier.
Right.
Okay, where are we? So they had the party.
They're getting ready to go with the crawfish bowl. Then they're getting ready to go to the engagement party.
Go to the engagement party.
And she's looking gorgeous in this dress. It's like
she looks gorgeous. Face beat, hair is laid, and she looks at Jovi and says, "Your hair looks like crap."
He's like, I know, doesn't it? And that's how when they talk to each other and it kind of works. But there's a way he takes it too far, and so does she. They don't know when to stop. I bet when they're by themselves and not pressured, I bet they're fine. But it's the pressure of being in this kind of crucible of needing to get married. And when they're on like their own vacations, they're fine. That's the thing with bang trips, y'all. It's all great. However, there is a spoiler. Should we say it?
No, we don't talk about spoilers on this show.
Okay,
people can listen to our No, people could. No, I don't want to give spoilers away.
It was everywhere, but that's okay.
Well, no, I'm not. Carl, help me turn off my radio. They're going to tell a spoiler. There's Carl Wives out there. If you want to look up spoilers of Jovi and Yara,
there was a big spoiler posted today. Or you can go to Reddit and find it.
I think it's on Melanated Way. I think it's on her Instagram.
I saw it on Reddit, but I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can go see big spoilers about Jovi and Yara. So, but anyway, so they're kind of going at each other, and then, because see, The problem is when you tease somebody like that with little digs, there's something underneath it.
Yep.
I always believe it is. Even if people say, that's just my personality. No, that means you're actually an angry person and you need to deal with shit because this isn't a healthy way to treat anyone.
Why are you talking to me like that?
Wow. Wow. That hit a nerve.
Are you coming for me?
What
are you trying to say?
So, but because Jovi, Yara starts, she's fixing his hair, and then while she's fixing
she's fixing his hair almost lovingly. It's weird.
I thought at first it was sweet, and I went, "This is a great little moment." And then she basically says, Yara says, because she can't leave well alone. She's like, "Well, and you forgot to bring me food."
Right. Oh, she's a fucking
and
princess.
This is the kind of stuff that. This is the stuff that Yara does that's not fair to Jovi. Is Jovi said, I did bring you back food. Like, I would, unless I asked, I would not expect my boyfriend. If my boyfriend said, hey, I'm going to go have a steak dinner right now, I would think if he brought me food back, it would be from a steakhouse.
Yeah.
Now, if I wanted Mexican food, I feel like I should tell him, hey, can you stop and get Mexican food? And Yara is that person where she does expect Jovi to read her mind. Yeah. And I think that's a lot of youth. As we get older, we realize, and I think that's also just, I love Yara, but y'all, she's self-absorbed.
She wants to be the princess. And, you know.
She wants to be, even on the way there. It's like, you're just looking at the way you look.
Get a man who wants to treat you like the princess and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
I still say.
Who do you think would be.
I still say this whole storyline is overindulged.
Who do you think Yara would be a good match with on 90 Day Fiancé that we've seen? That we did this game with Linda, and it was good, but who do you think for Linda or for Yara?
I think someone like this is gross, but someone like Mark from season 3, who has money with the pianos. Or Michael.
Gross, but yeah.
From Michael and Juliana.
I could see Michael and Juliana. So you see her like with an older rich guy, not like a young kid like Jovi.
But maybe she wants a hotter guy.
But there's something childish about Yara that, well, I don't know, maybe. But yeah, maybe. I could see that. I could definitely see Mark.
Yep. I think she's acting for the cameras.
Maybe.
I do. So anyway, Jovi, she wants to tell the parents about the baby, and Jovi doesn't want to. And then they're fighting in the car, and she tells him to shut up.
Calling him an alcoholic.
And that
you're drinking all the time.
And that grates on him. And you know what? He's bombed already, y'all. He's had like probably 8 or 10 beers.
He actually said, I've only had like 5 beers today.
Bombed.
And I'm like, who the fuck has 5 beers throughout the day? And y'all, people that drink lie about how much they drank.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably had 10.
Yeah, that's why I said he's had like 8 or 10 beers.
Poodle, how many vodkas have you had
This
today?
is my first one. Promise.
Wow, already lying.
No, if I had a second one, you'd hear me slurring.
It's on the tapes, y'all. It's on the tape. And then Yara says something that's pretty hurtful. She says, if I wasn't pregnant, I would already be in the Ukraine. That's rough.
I still think this storyline's being really blown up.
Maybe.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's all I have about them.
Me too.
Y'all, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back right after a word from our sponsor. So hungry. So hungry.
So beautiful food, Zied. So beautiful food.
So beautiful. Y'all.
She needs to stop that shit. She needs to stop doing that.
It is like when you are teaching your children to speak English, and if you speak incorrect English, then that's what they learn.
Yeah, but at the same time, you can emphasize words without
also kind of
having
their brand, though.
What?
It's kind of their brand, though. Like,
I don't accept that.
Don't you think Zied needs to sell T-shirts that say "So beautiful"?
He can, and maybe that's what they're trying to tie into. But it sounds like she's like some kind of dites-moi. It turns into like some type of King and I, a little bit.
Don't pull over again, y'all. Goodness, those poor people.
There's 3.
Oh goodness.
I need to move.
You do.
I love my apartment, y'all. I just wish I could put it somewhere else so there weren't as many fucking fire trucks and ambulances.
If you just move 3 blocks in.
You know what? It wasn't as bad as before COVID. To be honest, that sounds awful, but it's true. Yeah. Anyway.
There's a little bit before. It's not much, but Zied's talking to his niece. He's been in America for a week. Sister's kind of upset that his family didn't accept him. Okay. But then we kind of have this cute moment where Rebecca and Zied, she got him fake tattoos, and his face at first when she said, Zied, I got you tattoos. Did you see his face was like,
what? Yeah.
Like she actually is going to get him a real tattoo.
It's cute. What I wrote was,
love them together.
How about a motherfucking chair before tattoos?
Well,
in the apartment.
But those tattoos were $2.
I know.
And a chair is a lot of money.
You could go to the Goodwill and buy a chair for $20.
They didn't show the whole apartment, so we don't know the kitchen looked like it had more things.
The only place to sit is that shopping cart.
Well, but she said, and we'll find out this out later, Zied needs to go get some things from
I know.
I
get it. And
they don't have a truck. I wonder how they're going to find a truck.
I just feel like all of this was a little ill-planned.
That's Rebecca. Rebecca does things not last minute, but she procrastinates. We said this. This is Rebecca. Classic Rebecca.
He's just sitting in that unfurnished apartment,
playing
trying to
that
sit
Xbox
down.
that she bought him at the Blockbuster with that salesperson who read her for Phil.
Oh, I need to talk to that girl. Oh, but I feel bad for him because in a way, he doesn't know what to do because he's still he's kind of a mama's boy and he was always taken care of by his family. And so now he's just moved on from one mama kind of to another and she tells him what to do.
Possibly that's what he wanted though.
I'm not saying he didn't want it. I'm saying I feel for him because he doesn't really have a lot of purpose.
But I think there is that though what he wants. And are you upset by that? Because that's what you wouldn't want.
No, I'm not upset by it. Yeah,
we're not upset, but you point that out that's problematic. That might not be. Maybe it is, but Zied probably likes that.
He does, and I'm not saying there's a lot wrong with that. He wants to do HVAC, and he already has his. He was going to school for it, but he can't.
Yes. We'll put it this way: like the flip side of that, do you think Zied? This is a legitimate question. Do you think Zied would flourish in a relationship where he was in charge?
I don't know because we have not yet to see Zied interact in a language he feels comfortable in.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
With his sister, he seemed like he was pretty cogent in his communication.
But it did seem like the sister was kind of more in charge than he.
I think he's the baby, and I think they've always provided for him.
I think he's just enacting a role with Rebecca that he probably feels very comfortable in.
Yeah, but you can feel him saying like, he doesn't know what to do. So he's playing Xbox.
Yeah, he doesn't know what to do. But I mean, I think it's like if. I don't want someone to hoist me in a leather sling until I almost can't breathe and throw hot butter on me. But, Poodle, if that's what you like, I'm not going to judge it.
I do not like hot butter thrown on me.
I'm sorry. Coconut oil, because you're organic.
There we go. I was going to have a problem with the animal product. And the temperature of the butter.
And butter's fattening.
Yeah, I don't want to... Exactly. Whereas Natalie says, oh, butter.
Oh, Harry Potter.
So
No, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, he's doing nothing.
Yeah, and they're going to dinner next, and that's when Rebecca says, "So beautiful food."
They go too. She's like, it's so funny. She's like, this place is really good. That has really amazing food.
Now,
and then we get in and it has those plastic Pepsi cups.
And I just see them putting ranch dressing on their salads.
I mean, is this Pizza Inn?
It looks like Pizza Inn. God, I miss Pizza Inn. I want me some Pizzert right now. Some chocolate chip Pizzert. Wait, I think they discontinued the apple cinnamon Pizzert.
Was it really called Pizzert?
Yes, Pizzert. Pizzert. Dessert pizza. Pizzert. Oh, we had our Pizza Inn in Pickens was owned by a man named Millage Castle.
That's a name. Wow.
It is Millage Castle. Millage Castle.
What does he talk like?
He kind of talk like this. But my mother used to date him. And then he married a woman who was, let's say, not as pretty as my mother. And my mother's like, yeah, he never really got over me. And my father always says, he would always hate that when my mother would talk about people she dated before. And my mother's like, oh, that old ugly Linda Castle. And it's almost like she resented the woman Millage Castle chose over her, which I can kind of understand now. Now that I'm kind of there,
you're the same way.
I'm the same way because I resent the ugly boyfriends that my exes have chosen,
even though you broke up with them and broke some of their hearts.
And I will say, 2 of them have chosen. This has happened to me. It's happened to me at least twice, maybe 3 times. No, I've shown you the picture, and it happened to me. They choose lookalikes. It's kind of fucked up.
Okay. 2 of them have looked like you. One, you were like, doesn't he look like me? And I was like, Poodle, that's a Latin man. That looks nothing like you. And you're like, yeah, it does. It looks like me.
But
like,
you're right. 2 of them have. I'm stretching it to say 3.
The other one did not.
Yeah. But there was one who looked like one. There was one guy, CEO, the guy in New York.
He did. That guy his boyfriend does have the same kind of crystal clear aqua color. He has the same color eyes that you have.
He looked like a younger version of me, which was even more fucked up.
But more upsetting. But literally the same eye color.
Yeah. And the same kind of face. It was weird.
Even almost prettier, the depthness in his eyes.
We're going to move on, you asshole. He's an idiot, though. So,
by the way, y'all, we called him CEO because it was a motherfucking CEO. So again,
he was a CEO of a company, and
Jake wouldn't have to live on a ratchet street in Los Angeles hearing cars go by.
That was the guy I fucked in the back of Matthew's car.
Matthew's car. I fucked the guy in your car. Call back.
So my roommate had sex in my car.
Yeah. That poor Nissan Altima smelled like old feet and cum.
Some shit.
It did.
Mm-hmm.
It
did. The horrors that car has seen.
The horrors.
Me face down and going.
Okay. Wow. All right. Wow. Oh, thank God this is
my
a live
face.
show. You don't want to see that face.
So anyway,
it's like I just saw Candyman.
So they're there with Tiffany and Micah and some friends. Some kind of who I would call like Whitey. Yeah. Some friend to the side is like, gosh, what we gonna do now? We're gonna
do. Now, y'all, if you're not from the South or Oklahoma, Texas area, which is not really the South, but whatever. If you're not from that part of the country, you're going to think that Rebecca wears too much makeup. And you're going to think that Rebecca's daughter wears too much makeup. Y'all,
it's
where
normal.
I'm from, and like that blonde girl, Hannah, this is what women look like when they go out where I'm from.
She was painted up and she looked kind of like people who I grew up with. I did say, I don't know if you noticed this, Rebecca had a Tiffany shirt on. Tiffany from Tiffany and Ronald.
She did have a
She got her
shoulders.
shoulders. She got her shoulders on.
McGee. Y'all, if Tiffany hasn't come out with that shoulder line of shirts, she's missing a branding opportunity.
It was a little rough because I understood Rebecca's urge to kind of show off Zied and her urge to kind of look good. And that shirt and the outfit kind of was way dressier than anybody else, even what Zied was wearing.
Well, but she wants to look good. She points this out. She's with younger people.
Yeah.
So she's
y'all, it bothers me.
I think that's what makes Rebecca lovable and also drives me insane is it was like with the filters. She is beautiful. She's a beautiful woman just on her own.
Has to keep changing.
And she's using these filters. And so now it's like, what are the other roadblocks that Rebecca's gonna keep putting up to so she doesn't have to feel or look at her insecurity?
Right.
When we all see her, it's like she's beautiful, smart, funny. She is a funny like out of all the 90 Day Fiancé people, she's like top 3 for me of people I'd want to hang out with.
I agree. I mentioned Tiffany. I think I'd have a lot of fun with Tiffany.
Yeah, I'd like Tiffany too.
Even though we've shit talked her.
We have, but
I think we've mostly considered about how she behaves in a crisis.
We just don't care for Ronald.
We don't. Yeah, we don't.
So I think that's it.
There's a lot of people in the 9-day history who I'd kind of want to hang out
with.
There
is, but I'm saying
mostly on the earlier seasons.
but I'm saying Rebecca is like one of all those people. She's like top 3 for me. I would have a good time.
Especially of the most recent.
I see a lot of like just great qualities with her, and I think she.
Remember when she basically fought Angela, and we're like,
"Oh,
Rebecca is tall, y'all.
Like, Rebecca is tall." Oh, that was so good. But I think Rebecca, she gets in these, which I think that's why we relate to her, because we all get in these situations, even Poodle and myself do, where we feel confident in who we are. And then you get thrown into a situation where you feel like the odd person out, and suddenly all those demons creep up on you and are whispering in your ear that you're not enough. And that's literally what we see with Rebecca.
She is relatable in that way. I agree with you. So
while she's chewing on that cheek.
Oh, she chewed a hole in that cheek this time.
She did.
She's sitting there worrying about Rebecca. Now, this is a thing. I don't want to go into this too much, but when did it become okay that everyone in your family has to be head over heels in love with your fiance? She is trying so hard to have people, your friends, your family, and there's this weird 90 Day Fiancé thing that like all my friends have to like this person. Everyone has to approve of this person. And I just don't know how real world that is.
I think some of it has to deal with producers pushing that.
Me too. I think so. I think that is a thing.
However, I think with someone like Rebecca, I think what people think of her, she still cares a lot about.
I agree.
And I think especially her daughter, Tiffany. Yeah. And I think that's just hard for Rebecca to let go. Because y'all, the best gift, you can learn for yourself. Poodle and I definitely, we've talked about this, and it's really been a great lesson for me, like this last 2 years. Honestly, in doing this show and like putting ourselves out there, and people, like, if people love us, great. If they hate us, great. What you think of us is none of our business.
And we're going to try to be most authentically ourselves.
But that takes a place of, I honestly think if Jake and I weren't gay, we wouldn't be as far along in that process.
No, I would be. I'd be a lot more shut down.
I remember studying this. Like, queer people deal with trauma. We deal with bigger life things. Usually, I don't know about younger queer people now because coming out is getting easier. But we just deal with things, and we have to go in and let go of what people
work
think
on
of
your
us
shit.
early.
Yeah,
and we said this all the time on the show, and I think Rebecca might listen. I just want to say to Rebecca, honey, just drop the fucks.
Yeah.
Drop the fucks. You're a good person. You're try to do good things in this world.
You're
Remember
gorgeous.
when she like helped
you're gorgeous.
She was talking on Instagram and she raised that money for the person who was homeless. Like, she's a great, gorgeous person inside and out. Honey, who gives a care if they don't like Zied? He's hot and you're getting Tunisian Dick Riviera dick.
At the end of the day, you're right. It's about her standing for it and going, you know what? I'm not going to wait for you to weigh in with your opinion.
Doesn't matter.
Exactly.
There's like, now y'all, if there's all of your friends, all of your family hate the person you're dating, they're telling you, I think this person's bad for you, that's a different story. We're not getting that. If you're dating Jeffrey and everybody's like, he seems gay and seems like an abuser.
Varia.
God, y'all, anybody with nipple tattoos around their nipples like that,
fire tats,
run.
So I want to just talk about the. Micah's like, so hey, you liking America yet? You liking the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Is there olive oil, Micah? Oil.
So he and Micah's like, he's been in a new country, he really doesn't know what he's doing, and they basically, Zied says something about if you kiss on the lips in Tunisia, it's 6 months in jail. And they all think that's hysterical and primitive. And why would that? Oh, and that's crazy talk. Can you imagine what they do when one of their friends got caught like jerking it outside a stadium?
Or can you imagine if you were at a gay bar and your friend said he's going to sleep with the guy's straight friend, so he makes out with the gay guy on the table on the patio in front of everybody, and he puts his hands down in your friend's pants?
Lock me up. Lock me up, throw away the key. I'm just a prisoner of love.
Y'all, because that was Poodle. Now, see, yes, it was a little bit of like, oh my God, look at this culture. I didn't mind this, though, because Zied was laughing with them, and it almost sounded like a little bit of kind of bonding.
Little. I hate exoticism like that.
But yes,
I'm trying to other it. I don't want them to other it. It just feels gross.
Laughing at it. If they would have been more like, what is your culture like? And they responded with, oh my gosh, wow.
Listening instead of putting a judgment. And then let Zied make the judgment. Yeah.
And then, y'all, this little cherub, this little sprite, this little person that I like to call Poodle Hannah is sitting on the other end of the table and just says, what's the biggest difference that you've seen in living in America? And that's when he talks about kissing in public. So Zied did bring it up. And then Hannah says something. She says, I've never met anybody from Tunisia or North Africa. She kind of like says, doesn't know where, but she keeps smiling and asking questions. I have seen Jake Anthony do this literally at dinner parties to other people's boyfriends.
Yo, she wants to bang him. I swear to God, I can see in her eyes. Rebecca knows.
Rebecca knows.
Now, y'all, that Rebecca sensed it like that's that thing on Star Trek, the original that was like shh. She sensed it in her spine.
She did,
and she's like, shh. There's someone who's trying to get my dick. Y'all, I have that too. When someone's trying to get my dick, I know about it. Something happens in my body. I'm like.
Y'all, because that's what happens. You don't understand when you're with Dick Riviera, other women and gay men know it.
Oh,
they can smell the dick. They know.
I smelled Hannah through the screen.
Yeah. And so she's just asking these questions. She's just smiling. They're talking
Rebecca's
about going
chewing on her mouth because she doesn't want to go crazy. It's like
they're talking about turkey hunting. And she's like, oh.
I love turkey hunting. We can go turkey hunting.
Y'all, she reminds me of that woman from, she reminds me of Gertie from the musical Oklahoma. And even if she go, I love turkey hunting, Zied.
And she's like, my family's got some trucks. I can help you with that. I can help you move.
I can help you.
And Zied and Rebecca went, goom, goom, goom.
She's just
over
there.
My nephew says after he saw The Croods Volume 2, da, 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 that he did 1,100 times.
Next, does South Carolina allow CBD?
I'm
Did
gonna have
not.
to take it. No,
You're gonna have to check your bags on the next
He
flight.
kept doing it. I said to my mother, I said, if he does that one more time, I don't know if I'll be able to handle it.
So Rebecca says, she even says in her kind of confessional, she's like, this guy's way too focused on her age. And then they're way too focused on Zied. But then it makes Rebecca starts thinking about her age. Like she's the oldest one
She's
there.
the oldest one
Zied
there.
is their age. And she said, like, Zied's a really nice guy. And
she went, Zied, do you know what she's asking you? Do you know what she's asking you? She's asking you if you want to help her move. He's like, oh no, I don't.
No. He waits a little. He's all, okay. And then I love y'all in any language, in any culture. There's that moment where men realize they're gonna get fucked and they in trouble, girl.
And he went.
Then he does go, no,
that's not what I meant.
That's not what I meant.
He's like, she's
like, you're gonna let her help you move? Because again, no young girl is gonna offer to help you move unless they want to ride your dick.
Y'all, if I'm helping you move,
you're
the best dick I've ever had.
Ever.
I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna help you move and you do not give me pizza, I'm leaving.
That is the rule of moving. Thank you. When you move into your new place, you get pizza.
And don't you buy me Papa John's.
You call your local pizza place that you're in your new neighborhood and try their pizza.
I'm going to need the good pizza. That's like $25.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do the Domino's. Actually, but Domino's to me is the best of the generic.
Oh, yeah.
There's a fondness. I get sick with Papa John's.
I can't eat it because the guy's terrible. I can't eat it anymore.
Well, I of course. But
Pizza Inn is a nostalgia that I'll never forget. Speaking of nostalgia, this is really old, and I know I don't have time to watch this, but my dad's discovered Netflix now, and so he's able to like watch. He's like, he says, turn it on to my movies, and that's what he calls Netflix.
Turn on my movies.
But he started watching Cobra Kai.
I want to start it.
That show is so. I watched like 10 minutes and I was like, I can't watch the rest of it. I don't have time. It is. I have to say, y'all, if you're stuck at home and it is like as an 80s kid, I was like, oh my, like it made my heart move. I'm going to have to watch it.
People rave. People say it's great. So anyway, she basically tells Hannah, she's like, no, we're fine. Thank you. And Tiffany, not Tiffany, what's Rebecca's daughter?
Tiffany.
Yeah,
there's Tiffany and then Poodle Hannah.
Tiffany says, Mom, she's trying to help you. She's trying to help you guys move. Why won't that work? She's like, he is a Muslim man. He cannot be alone with a single woman.
And that's what she uses as an excuse. And I want to say too, y'all. I said earlier, if he
probably have a problem with that too, though.
I think he would. Yeah. I do agree with Rebecca. I don't think Zied fully understood what she meant.
No, and she told Zied later. She's like, "Women aren't the same here." Basically, telling him, and I didn't like this at all. Basically, telling him in no uncertain terms, women are going to try to fuck you.
She did kind of make American women sound like that. Yep. She's not fully wrong. I know some of our own sissies who would jump his bones. I want to preface and say, I said earlier, like a young woman wouldn't help you move. I don't want to say that wasn't because of his. I just want to preface. I just thought about this in my head. It's not because of sexist thing, because a woman can't help you move. I'm saying the same thing. If you're at a table and a young 20-year-old guy, straight or gay, if anyone asks to help you move,
that's a friend job, y'all.
Y'all, if somebody someone who doesn't know you asks offers to help you move, they want to fuck you.
I agree with that.
So that's what I mean. It's not a woman can't move. There's
a lot of collateral friend work to be done when you help someone move.
And then you get to a point, I'm going to say this to you sissies. Once you're over 30, you can't ask your friends to help you move anymore.
Nope.
Once you're 30, you hire movers. That's what you do. It's just part of being an adult. Do not ask your friends. Now, if if you're in this fucking pandemic, you've lost your jobs, you have no money, then of course.
Or if you're moving down the block or something like that.
But if you have the means to help to hire movers, then you hire movers. If you don't, then I'm not judging you. You do what you can. But
if y'all, I'm just saying this real talk. If you ever hire movers, you will never not hire movers again.
Yeah, that's true. You'll never not do it again.
You will never say, let's move ourselves this time.
Never, ever.
Nope. Never.
I mean, my mother, when she lived in Minnesota, up in Shoreview, Minnesota, by St. Paul, when she lived there for a job, they were trying to get stuff moved out and getting ready. And they were trying to move stuff themselves because they were trying to save money. But they're like two people in their 60s. They shouldn't have been doing this. And I told her this. And it was a day before they had to be out. And my mother just sat on the floor and started crying because she said, this is not going to get done. And then all of a sudden, her whole neighborhood, like 30 of her neighbors in Minnesota, all came in her house and cleaned her house and moved my mother and her boyfriend. My mom said, I just saw it for an hour.
That's
and she
Minnesota nice.
She said, and then I actually felt the Minnesota nice. And then they moved because she hated the winters.
That's all I have about them. Shall we move on?
I just want to say that I'm going to call this because it's going to come back. I'm calling the way Rebecca acted is country jealous, y'all. Because that's the way we get is country jealous.
You'll see me get that at the club.
Oh.
I have to run to the little girl's room before.
Okay. Oh, you want a hula hoop on the beach, Ryan? On the beach?
You want hula hoop? I can teach you how hula hoop. You go around a circle.
You really get her voice. How she kind of always talks drunk.
She kind of has what we call a whinsler. She's a whinsler.
Always. Y'all. Stephanie and Ryan. Stephanie and Ryan.
When last we met, she had left her beloved cat, Cuckoo. Y'all, Cuckoo is still with her. She posted something of Cooper today. Cuckoo, a.k.a. Cooper. Cuckoo's going to outlive us all, y'all. Cuckoo's still alive.
There are so many sex toys in this bedroom right now because her OnlyFans has blown up.
The whole place smells like human growth hormone.
And just cherry lube. Y'all, Stephanie has her own OnlyFans. It's apparently blowing up. And one of our
her. I mean,
that's
do
fine.
What you need to do. I still need to say the listing. Some people said it was fake, but it's like
no, I don't think it was.
A pic, you can do a video. Then there was one thing that says dildo video.
Video.
But my favorite was dildo video with censorship. So I just see the big cartoon word censored across the dildo as it goes into her vagina.
Maybe. All I know is we don't let those things in our Facebook group because y'all, sex workers, people got to do it.
You got to make your money.
That's their money to make. However, someone posted just that grab of what you could get. And someone said, I want to pay her $100 just to say Lady Bill Belize over and over so I can get a good take.
She'd say, Lady Bill Belize. Not never. My 27-year-old fiance from Ladyville Belize. She'd never do it. She would never do it that way, unfortunately.
They are hula hooping on the beach. And this is cute. That's her thing. She wants to hula hoop. She's showing Ryan how to hula hoop.
And it is cute, albeit weird. I need to ask you, because this has bothered me from the moment I saw the hula hoops.
I'm so scared what you're going to ask.
Did she pack these hula hoops in that bag?
I thought this too. Yeah, she checked them. Or maybe the hula hoops fold up on themselves, but she probably checked them.
Or are these guest hula hoops that are kept down in Belize?
They look like professional hula hoops. She might have had them sent.
Is there such a thing?
Maybe she bought them on like Belize Amazon.
Belizean Amazon.
I mean, Amazon and Belize. I mean, Amazon's everywhere.
Amazon.
Right? Yeah, is there Amazon in China? Did you know?
Amazon does not deliver everywhere. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, I wrote down, Oh, we're hula hooping. What else do you do with your 27-year-old fiance? Y'all, this is so weird. Weirdly, though, she's got it going, and Ryan's having a hard time with it. And she does continually refer to him as my 27-year-old fiance, Ryan.
Y'all, on her
Belize.
Because she's proud of that. Because on her OnlyFans too, she's like, I'm a cougar who's ready to maneuver.
And I think wasn't ready for that last part. So it's disturbing.
Cougar is ready to maneuver.
So they're working on rebuilding their relationship after she told him in a fit of pique, I invited Harris over and I slept with your cousin Harris. I already knew about it.
Yeah, he's like, I knew about it. I forgive you. She's like, well, then how come you haven't ramrodded me to oblivion? Get in my vagina. I'm ready for it.
What else did I pay for? What else am I paying for? I need you to fuck me. I'm paying for you to fuck me, obviously. It's so fucking gross, y'all. Ugh.
She's even when she's like, they're like the hula hooping, and she's like, oh, you want to do a hula hoop with me? You're my number 2. We'll do couples hula hoop. And he's like, yeah, she's really good. And she's like, don't make me laugh. I pissed my pants. And I thought,
bladder control issues.
She's just trashy.
It's not even that. He talks about Ryan says, I don't know much about Michigan. It's cold. And the country music concerts are off the hook. And I'm like saying, also, she's going to own everything where you are. And unless you're in Ann Arbor or Detroit, you're not going to feel like it's home at all.
You're not going to feel like home at all because you're going to be the only person of color there.
Yeah. I don't know about Grand Rapids. I don't know how diverse that city is. But I know rural Michigan, not so much. So they're going to ask him where he's from.
Oh, we're idiots. I'm so glad I looked this up. Y'all, this is why we don't do fact. The 5 largest ethnic groups in Grand Rapids are white is 59%. Black is 18.4%.
Okay.
So and white Hispanic is 8.3. Now, I know that's probably different.
That's pretty high, actually.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably not anything like Detroit, but,
No. Grand Rapids.
Whereas, like in Detroit, 77% of the population are black and 10% are white.
Yeah.
So,
so they're talking about. She's like, "What does your mom think of me?" And she's like, "Well, no, she supports you." And she's like, "Well, when she texted me to ask for money." I texted her back and said she didn't really say thank you to the point where I really liked it. And then she blocked me. She didn't show her gratitude toward me. Didn't really like that because when I give people money, I really need for them to tell me how much they need it.
Well, she blocked him because...
She blocked her. The mom blocked her.
The mom blocked her, though, because she got mad at Ryan and said, you're going to have to give me all the money back.
because she didn't thank her enough.
No. Yeah, yes. And so, but she was mad at Ryan and she doesn't even remember why she was. So you're conflating. She got upset at Ryan about something. She even said, I can't remember why I got mad at him. Always over something ridiculous. He probably lost one of his watches. That was like $5 million.
She's like, I'm trying to keep his family fed and keep a roof
she
over
texted
their
the mother
house.
About that, I think. And then the mother... So it was Ryan that she was saying, if you take away the money, da-da-da. It was gross.
Again, y'all, and financial abuse. This is financial abuse.
That's what this is.
She's basically threatening his entire family's livelihood with him fucking her with that Belizean D.
This is like the worst example of white American privilege.
Oh, yeah.
It's like not the worst.
Around her money in Belize.
But this is like what... This is what I think a lot of white people don't get. This is what Jake and I talk about when white Americans go to these other countries with this whole
An expectation.
white savior complex. You think you're helping, and you don't even realize. Like, I don't even want to say that this is a microaggression. I think this is a full-on
It's a straight
aggression.
up aggression.
And but a lot of, I just want to say, y'all, as white people, when you go into these situations, you feel like you can just help someone of color or make their life better just by giving them your money.
Nope.
There's you're
disturbing the entire ecosystem of what's there.
Exactly. And I just think the best way you could help people of color is to work on your own work on your own racist behavior that we all have on your own without asking them to educate you.
Stephanie's not going to do that.
Stephanie's never going to read.
Well, it's about her own personal.
Yeah. She's never going to watch Emmanuel Acco. She's never going to read fucking Robin. What's her name?
No,
D'Angelo.
She's not going to read Robin D'Angelo.
She's not going to read Robin D'Angelo.
Why fragile? I'm not fragile.
Yeah. I'm not fragile. I'm strong.
I am strong.
Did you see? I can hula hoop for 24 hours. That's some ab strength.
She's not going to read How to Be an Anti-Racist.
No.
I'm not racist.
No.
I'm the farthest person from racist.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it's really
I guarantee this is really gross. I guarantee you when she, because I've actually been with like black guys that say this kind of stuff to me during sex, and it bothered me then, and I didn't like it then, and I wouldn't parlay into it, but I bet she does. Like, I bet even in sex she talks about like,
give me that black dick,
chocolate. I bet she says those horrible, gross things.
Yeah, almost like colonial sex.
Yes,
it's like colonial sex.
Yes, it's so fucking gross.
I want to die.
Oh, she's horrible.
So
she's good TV though. I'll give her that, but she's horrible.
I will say, if it wasn't for that accent, I would have a hard time watching her. And that wine slur and that kind of benzos where she's moving her head around.
Yeah, she is kind of on benzos,
Xanax,
y'all.
when the Xanax wears off, she falls asleep.
Oh, yeah.
And so she's like, I need Adderall to make it to a scene.
I need Adderall. Where's that Ambien? Hey, Ambien, somebody make me some s'mores.
So they're talking later about, she's talking about how much he spent on her, and later on they're like, she's like, well, I think we had a great day at the beach today.
I just want to say, this is, I'm sorry, I have to go back because I forgot she says this. When she does say to him on the pier, she's like, I don't have money coming out of my asshole. I work hard. I'm like, you're so trashy.
I don't shit money out of my asshole.
Yeah, she's so.
I don't shit money out of my asshole.
Y'all, she like thinks that she's like this rich housewife, but y'all, she is a perfect example of you can't. It's very hard to rise above your raising.
No, she's just trash. She's absolute trash.
She really is. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I had to say that.
So
Ryan's. Oh wait, I have another thing. When she says that to him, and she's like, "Do you understand where I'm coming from?" That's when I knew it had to be over. Did you see Ryan's face when he looked at her?
Yeah.
Like, I can't stand you. Okay.
Oh, he's just biding his time.
Yeah, he's just biding his time.
So she does say, we still haven't been intimate. I still haven't gotten that D.
So I'm going to sit here and drink this margarita by myself with this ridiculously large wristband. And I'm going to drink, and I'm going to wonder who's Ryan fucking with, because he's got to be given that D, because I didn't get pummeled last night like a 1914 cannon.
I didn't get pounded like a cube steak.
Like a cube steak.
He's giving it to somebody. So anyway, she's basically they're at dinner. She's in this ensemble that is like Rocky Horror plus Rolling Stones from hell.
Describe this outfit, Poodle.
There are lips on the shirt with like teeth, 2 teeth, and then a lips purse, and then like some kind of lips mask.
No, it's a full-on lips rhinestone mask.
Yeah.
And then one of my favorite is Ryan was wearing his mask, and they sit down. She's like, "Take your mask off. I don't want to stare at myself all night
the whole time." Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. So they sit down. Well, is it time?
I think we should go ahead and do it.
No.
Another episode of Reality Gaze Theater.
Suck it in, suck it in.
Now, why couldn't you keep up with me? Because I kept up with you. We did it before.
I was. It's just off, but I was with you.
Oh, so you're saying when you heard me do it, it was off?
Oh yeah, it was way off.
Fine. Don't
you
like to hear that.
You were really behind.
Fuck off. We come in. She's wearing the lips, and I'll be playing the role of Stephanie. You'll be playing the role of Ryan.
I'll be playing the Ryan. And y'all get ready because we're gonna be talking about some psychics. And scene.
So you like what I'm wearing this evening? And you guys, I see you got your skulls on.
Yeah, baby, your lips and I'm skull. Together we make romance.
We had such a good day today.
Yeah.
But I need to ruin it now because that's my thing. I gotta ruin it. Whenever we're having a good day, I'm gonna ruin it.
The weather's beautiful. It's just a huge thunderstorm coming in.
I need to fuck you up.
Okay, it's not ominous at all, I guess.
So
I guess
I need to tell you that my psychic told me that you're gonna leave me. You're gonna find a woman in Ladville, Belize. Will you work?
This woman I've never met, huh? Babe. Anyway, psychics to us, that's the devil's work. That's devil's work. Yeah, we don't believe people know your future. We don't believe. She doesn't even know me. She doesn't even know me.
Maria's a very good psychic. She told me that your mom is working against me. And that you're gonna be someone you work with, and they're younger than me, and she's pressuring you to have a baby.
But how does she know? She doesn't know anything about my life.
She's a very good psychic. I mean, I've seen the results. Ryan, my 27-year-old fiance.
Well, wait a minute. Is this the one who said before you met me, when you banged that guy in the dessert aisle of 7-Eleven, that they knew he would buy Ranch Fritos afterwards, and she was right?
I mean, yeah, but there's so many other things.
Okay, this could be true. I don't know, but I'm still, you know what? I want to go to America. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to sleep with anybody else.
You know what? You always rock my boat.
I've got a beautiful woman. I got a beautiful woman right here in front of me.
Experience.
I see your lips, and I want to taste all your lips. All your lips, honey.
You mean my lips downstairs?
All of them, baby. All of them, baby.
I've got like 7 of them down there.
Baby, let's drink the wine and then get it. Fine, come on, let's go do it. It's not like I want to make. I don't want to make babies or anything.
Late tonight. You know why? You owe me because I kind of bought and paid for you.
Well, that's uncomfortable.
But it's true. It's true in my world.
Well, I'm just saying, I want to knock you up tonight, but I know I can't because you've Botoxed it.
You know what? You gotta tighten it up where it needs to be. And scene.
It got real dark.
It did, but that's what it felt like to me.
Yeah.
And she's like, "You owe me? You owe me to pummel me?"
Yeah, that's gross. I paid for this because y'all, that's called prostitution.
So then it says 4 hours later, he's screaming, he's leaving. She's like, where are you going, Ryan? You can't take any of this.
Don't you fucking lie to me. Don't you lie to me. And he walks out.
Son of a bitch.
And she's like, are you afraid of me? And he's like, I've got a cab waiting. Bye, bitch.
And then she sees her walking upstairs. She goes, "Oh my fucking God, are you kidding me? I could and she tells him, up and die, Ryan." She says really abusive stuff when she's angry.
Apparently, you guys, she calls Harris that same night.
We see next week, and I don't think we learned this from Linda Antwi when she was on the Melanated Way.
How dare you talk about a spoiler after you shamed me?
No, we learned that she calls Ryan. That's all I was going to say. There's more to the story, but that's all I was going to say. We learned in Linda, she talks, if you want to hear more of that spoiler, I was going to say, go to that episode with Linda. But thanks for shaming me.
Always. That's all I've got. That's the show.
That's the show, everybody. That's the show. You can go to realitygazepodcast.com to find all about our other shows. We're on Instagram at Reality Gaze Podcast, Twitter, Reality Gaze Pod. You can come at Poodle with those Civil War cameos.
I have like 3 to do.
Y'all, Poodle Boudreaux will write if you got a graduation coming up, a birthday, she will write a Civil War letter just for you.
It usually needs to talk about how I was buggered by you, though, somehow.
Sure.
So my great grandmother was a slut, and I'm proud of it.
And you're proud of it. You're a slut. Your grandma's a slut. Everybody's a slut. Now, listen, if you want to make us truly happy, if you could go onto Apple Podcasts, y'all, and leave a 5-star review, and especially if you write something, if you've never done that, like even if you're in the car, say, "Hey, Siri, remind me in 2 hours, leave a review for the gays." And then Siri will do that, and we'll appreciate that.
Does Siri will do that?
I got to change that because I don't want to have a review of it. Yes, Siri I just asked Siri to. I don't think you access Siri like you're supposed to, but also you bought a new phone a week ago and still haven't set it up.
I'm waiting for my SIM card.
This is what happens when you have Spectrum for your phone carrier.
I'm going to switch to Mint Mobile.
You do need to switch to Mint Mobile. All right, everybody. Y'all,
Ryan Reynolds to send me a goddamn headshot.
Dick pic, yes. Y'all, we call these people lonely hearts because, Poodle, aren't we all just the loneliest, lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places?
Yeah, Sean, if you need to give me a line up, you're going to come to me. We're going to go have a fado. We're going to go to dance some Zadako. Laissez la bon rouler.
Just call us.